What's up? Welcome to your Daily Buckeye Blitz for a Saturday. It's the Saturday in the park. It almost was the 4th of July. I don't know why I always have that song in my head, but I could do Leonard Skinner Saturday Night Special, but it's not really night yet. But anyway, we don't have to be so anal about everything. Please visit thebuckeyecast.com. Check out the shop. Everything is on sale. Get yourself something swanky for the summertime. And please check out the video vault. All the videos are there. Anything you could possibly want. You can go see videos of all the recruits that Oregon has stolen from us. Anyway, still a little salty over that last week of duck mayhem. Anyway, so today we're continuing our condition of the position. I just dropped in to see what condition your position is in. How about some Kenny Rogers? Yeah. What's he up to? That guy. Man. You think he had sex with Dolly Parton? My wife tried to tell me that Dolly's tits are fake. No, those are old school swing low sweet chariots. Anyway, that was a left turn that we didn't need. Anyways, hit me in the comments if you think Dolly Parton's tits are real or fake. Just comment real or fake. Anyway, so we're talking about the running back position today. We talked quarterbacks a few days ago. Still getting some good feedback on my bracket, my CFP bracket for this season. So keep the comments coming. I appreciate that. So let's talk running backs here. Let's run down the roster and see how this thing looks going into 24 and beyond. Who's on the roster? And let's talk about their eligibility remaining. You got TreVeyon, his last season. TreVeyon Henderson. Quinshon Judkins has 2 seasons of eligibility. James Peoples, 4 seasons, and Sam Williams-Dixon, 4 seasons. Again, only 4 guys in that room on scholarship. Returning production, you got 44% of rushing attempts, 51% of rushing yards, 61% of rushing touchdowns, 40% of receptions and by running backs, 46% of receiving yards by running backs. So last year at Ole Miss, Quinshon Judkins had 271 carries, 1,158 yards, 15 touchdowns, did have 22 receptions for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. So then looking forward, just for a quick second, so far you got committed in this 2025 class, Bo Jackson and Isaiah West. Bo is from Cleveland, Isaiah from Philly. So Cleveland and Philly back again. Now let's look at the outlook for 2024. Ohio State's running back room in 2024 has the best starting running backs in college football, but that's all. That's all they have. Our top 2 guys, TreVeyon and Quinshon, they've combined for 991 carries, 5,470 yards, and 63 touchdowns. Is that any good? Yes. Now, your other 2 guys, James Peoples, Sam Williams-Dixon, have not taken a college snap yet. So it's another example of what we're seeing across the roster for Ohio State in multiple position groups, where you got experienced with 1 or 2 years left, and then you got true freshmen. There's no in between, So as long as Henderson and Judkins stay healthy, the Buckeyes shouldn't have any concerns this year. If OSU needs to bring some depth, the next man up is a true freshman. So the Buckeyes have recent examples of freshmen showing they're more than ready to step up when called upon. You had Trey in 2021. He had over 1,000 yards rushing. Then you had Dallin Hayden in 2022, used in spot duty, but had a couple big games, one against Maryland. He was forced into action against the Cheaters. That was big time cheating back in 22, right? That was like a heyday of the cheater times. But so those are examples of true freshmen coming in and having an impact. And you could argue, and I have seen people argue, that Dallin should have been used more his freshman year. And I would be one of those people. But You would like more experience in the room, along with the top two. You got the coaching staff didn't add any running backs in the spring portal window, which was kind of surprising. So that does tell you that they feel strongly about the two true freshmen. Since the end of the 2023 season, Ohio State has lost scholarship running backs Chip Trainum to Kentucky. Evan Pryor, don't forget about him, came in with Trey in that 21 class. Pryor went to Cincinnati, and Dallin Hayden, Colorado. Good luck. So all transfers, of course. Hayden left near the end of spring ball just a couple months ago. So adding a fifth back would have been logical and reasonable, but the staff chose to move forward with the four they have, plus a walk-on TC Caffey. So it was a bit surprising that they didn't grab somebody, at least just for a warm body, a scholarship guy. So it probably would have been tough to convince somebody in the portal to come in and be RB3, at best, plus no guarantee of that. You could be RB3 to start camp, but then Peoples and Sam Williams-Dixon could surpass you, and you're RB5 before you know it. So that's a tough sell to a portal person. Henderson and Judkins, they'll take the bulk of the carries this season, but for Trey, that helps him stay healthy, less wear and tear on him, and he's sharing the load with a player of equal talent. There's no drop-off if one guy's in there and one guy's not. For Judkins, same thing, means an easier load than his time at Ole Miss, where they ran him into the freaking ground. He led all Power 4 conference backs in total rushing yards over the last 2 years combined. So Ohio State wants to use Trey's home run potential, 1 second. Then add the physicality that Judkins brings to grind between the tackles. Buckeyes had only 14 red zone rushing touchdowns last year. 14 in the red zone. That was 78th in the country. Judkins has been a top 5 in the country in the last 2 years in red zone rushing touchdowns just by himself. He had 15 alone last year and 14 in 2022. So the guy is exactly what we need in that red zone. When you combine Trey and Quinshon and the schematics of new offensive coordinator Chip Kelly, you have some high expectations for these Buckeye running backs. We expect to have the best rushing attack under Ryan Day since 2019. OSU led Power 4 conference teams in total rushing yards in 2019. J.K. Dobbins went for 2,000 yards just rushing. So looking beyond 2024, this is Trey Henderson's final year of eligibility. You'd be shocked if Quinshon Judkins didn't enter the draft after this season. And it means that this room is going to turn over big time after this year. It's crucial that Ohio State gets experience for Peoples and Sam Williams-Dixon this fall. They'll be the top 2 backs heading into 2025 and beyond. Peoples has shown promise already with his patience, vision, and feel for the game. We got to see quite a bit of that in the spring game. And SWD, our guy, Sam Williams-Dixon, had a strong spring as well, adds some pass catching ability. So kind of a hybrid running back, wide receiver, Curtis Samuel type of back. So the skills that Peoples and Williams-Dixon bring to the game complement each other very well. If they get enough snaps in games this fall, then they'll go into 2025. If they don't get enough snaps in games this fall, then they'll go into 2025 totally inexperienced. And the Buckeyes could be okay at the position, but they still need to add 3 running backs in the 2025 class, or 2 that they have with Bo Jackson and Isaiah West, plus 1 from the portal. So new running backs coach, Carlos Lachlan. Coach Locke has his work cut out for him. The Buckeyes already have in-state running back Bo Jackson. He's a top 10 player at the position. And St. Joe's Prep running back Isaiah West, who's very underrated and is a tough dude. So in December, it'll be interesting to see if Ohio State adds some experience from the transfer portal or sticks with the young guys. You never know what can happen. So I think you've got to lean towards the portal. If we don't get a third recruit, a third commit in this 25 class, I think you've got to add somebody in December from the portal. So that's a running back room. Looking at 2024 and beyond, loaded at the top, inexperienced at the bottom, but a lot of talent at the bottom, and guys that we just need to see on the field. Let them get some snaps. Let them take a crack at it in live games. We've been saying this about every position, right? The coaches, the position coaches have to manage blowouts better. Get these young guys in there. So that's all I got for you today. Hope you're having a good weekend. Talk to you tomorrow. Go Bucks.